Greetings and welcome, ladies and gents. I'm Super Gamer, and sorry that this review is about 10 days late. Yeah, I was originally planning on releasing it when the Tomb Raider film came out, but life gets in the way sometimes, and there's really not anything you could do about it, so nah. So the Tomb Raider film is out, and Shadow of the Tomb Raider was just announced recently. So to celebrate, I figured, why not take a look at the reboot of the Tomb Raider series that came out in 2013, simply known as Tomb Raider. The story is about Lara Croft before she was the Tomb Raider. She and a crew have set out on an expedition to find the lost kingdom of Yamatai. Lara suggested that they sail towards the Dragon's Triangle, in theory that the kingdom will be there. Later that night, their ship is caught in a storm and Lara and company are shipwrecked on the island. After regaining contact with her crew, Lara finds out that one of the passengers, Sam, has been kidnapped by a violent cult known as the Solari Brotherhood, a cult who hope to bring their queen back from the dead. Lara must find a way to keep her friends safe, find a way off the island, and maybe discover the secret of the island. The story of Tomb Raider is a bit cliche with the whole island cult and shipwreck tropes, but it's still a very intriguing plot regardless. The graphics in this game I feel pretty mixed on. Objectively, I think that the graphics are great for a PS3 game, but my big problem with the graphics is the art style. It goes for the stereotypical next generation look, which means you can only use black, gray, and brown in your graphics. And even when there is color, it just looks washed out, like it's trying way too hard to be gritty. Yeah, even though it came out 6 years before, the original Uncharted looks better than this. The voice acting, on the other hand, is really good. Camilla Luddington did an amazing job capturing the emotions of the young Lara Croft, and I especially love Robert Atkin-Downes' performances in this game. The soundtrack was composed by Jason Graves, who would later go on to compose the music for Until Dawn. This guy is a great composer when it comes to urgent, suspenseful, and action-packed music pieces. Tomb Raider was developed by Square Enix, who are known for making the Final Fantasy series, and it clearly shows. You roam around the island gaining experience. Your experience can be used to upgrade your abilities, such as making you a better hunter, survivor, and brawler. Survivor upgrades help you gain more XP or find more loot from bodies or salvages. Hunter upgrades helps you become a better hunter, and brawler upgrades helps you deal with enemies in melee range a lot easier. You also have several weapons at your disposal. You start out with just a bow and arrow, however as the game progresses, you can acquire a pistol, assault rifle, shotgun, and grenade launcher. I personally use the shotgun the most since it helps with one of the game's flaws. Unlike Uncharted, there is no way to melee attack enemies, meaning you have to use a weapon in order to kill anyone. This might not sound bad, but there are a handful of times where I really wished I could punch. Another problem is the control. It's not bad per se, but there were plenty of moments where I fell to my death because the control was off. Other than that, the more I played this game, the better it got for me, to the point where I was really excited to how this would all end. And now it's time for the spoiler section.
Ah, spoiler alert!
Lara soon discovers that there is a curse on the island preventing anyone from ever leaving. The only way to lift the curse is to enter the ritual chamber and destroy the soul of the Sun Queen. Apparently, the reason the cult needs Sam is to use her body in a ritual to resurrect the Sun Queen back from the dead. Lara makes her way through an army of undead samurai and climbs to the top of the monastery where the ritual is being held. The final two bosses are pretty bad. The first one would be a cool boss if it weren't for the fact that the lightning is trying to give you a seizure at the same time. The last one is hardly even a boss, it's just a bunch of quick time events and that's it. Lara manages to lift the curse and rescue Sam. The gang then heads off with Lara deciding that she's not going home just yet, but going to explore the other myths that her father once talked about. And that was Tomb Raider, and overall it was a decent game with an engaging story and gameplay and characters with tons of charm to them. I'm going to give Tomb Raider 2013 a 4 out of 5. Until then, I'm the Super Gamer and I will see you all next time. Bye bye!